Hello there, everyone. Welcome to another Italian pronunciation video, this time for the aria O quante volte. We will explore the tips and tricks to help you sing your aria without accent and also discuss the proper open and closed vowels and other non-phonetic things such as phrasal doubling and assimilation. Before we do that, please direct your attention to the description of this video below. You'll find some links to my various websites. Please check them out. My Facebook fan page. Give me a visit and a like if you have a moment. Also, there's a link to the pronunciation dictionary, the RAI pronunciation dictionary on the RAI site. You may follow the link below or type in the search box RAIDOP on your search engine on your browser. At this site, you can type in any word and hear it with the playback button pronounced by a native Italian. Also, it acknowledges phrasal doubling and assimilation, so you can see complete lines of text written out in IPA and spoken with the playback button, and it shows you phrasal doubling and assimilation. If you don't know what phrasal doubling and assimilation are, or you're new to it, by the end of this video, you should have a pretty firm grasp of what I'm talking about. So what we'll do first is we'll go line by line. We'll read out the whole text and then we'll go word by word, and we'll examine a lot of the tips and tricks to help you sing with less of an accent and also explore a lot of the mistakes you can make. Okay, so here we go. This is the whole text line by line. Eccomi in lieta vesta. Eccomi adorna come vittima all'ara. O almehmen potessi, qual vittima cader dell'ara al piɛde. O nnuzïali tɛde, Abborrite così, così ffatali. Siate, siate per me, ffaci ferali. Ardo, una vampa, un fɔco. Tutta mi strugge, un refrigerio ai venti io chiedo invano. Ove sei tu, Romeo? In qual terra t'aggiri? Dove inviarti i miei sospiri? O quante volte, oh quante ti chiedo, al ciel piangendo, con quale ardor t'attendo, è inganno il mio desir, raggio del tuo sembiante, parmi il brillar del giorno, l'aura che spira intorno, mi sembra un tuo respir. So very, very poetic music of the bel canto era. The bel canto libretto, most poetic librettos ever written. So let's go through word by word now and examine all of the mistakes and the things that happen as we go word by word. So the first word, the accent is on the first syllable, Ɛccomi, and we also have a double K. So what often happens is when I hear a double K is that the singer will shorten the first like this, Ɛccomi. See, so you don't have enough of a vowel. So you always have to think that when you do a double K, first of all, you're going to have a long vowel, and then you're going to stop phonation. And then the next question is, do I actually do two Ks? Ɛccomi. Actually, no, right? I go up to the K, I don't say it, and then I say it. I stop phonation. I go up to it, I stop, and then I say the one K. And that makes the double K, is the space, right? Ɛccomi. So, and especially in singing, that becomes more exaggerated than in speech, because you want to have a vowel on the first note, then you want to have your double consonant, and you want your double consonant to be clear. Ɛccomi. Okay, so now the first thing we have E's and O's in the first word. So E in Italian can either be open or closed. In this case, it's an open E, and that's you show that with the IPA symbol with the rounded edges. That's the E. And you see I've written out all the open E's in your text in the description below this video. So you may find the text in the description in the video below. So the first thing is a, right? So E can either be a or a. So open E, a. Closed E, a. Okay, so the a is like the a in head, in the a is like the a in hay in English. Now the big difference is when we say head in Italian, I mean in English, our jaw will move through the vowel, and that's a harmonization of the vowel to fit the consonants. Now Italian does the opposite. The consonants harmonize to fit the vowels in Italian, so the vowel does not budge, right? So if I were to say head, like in Italian, you see the vowel would not compromise. So I'd say e. It just stays. In English, hey. We slowly close our jaw to an E vowel. And also with head, we slowly close our jaw, and our jaw moves the entire time into an I vowel. So that's the big difference. When you're singing in Italian, your vowels are going to remain pure. And this is what everybody's talking about when they say pure vowels, that your jaw does not move. So the next thing is the O can either be closed or open, and in this case it's closed O. So when you see closed O, it's printed exactly the way it's seen in print. That's the IPA symbol. So O as in oats in English, aw as in saw, I saw, right? Now again the difference is in English, oats we close to an I, and when we have a closed O, and saw we move around like that, right? So in Italian that doesn't happen. Again, they're pure. So the other thing is it's easy to make a mistake in Italian by doubling consonants that are not doubled as it is to leave double consonants out. So in our first word, again, we're going to cover a lot of principles in this first word, and then we can just apply it to the rest. So you have double C and you have single M, right? So I could do Ɛccomi. I could do the opposite. I did a double M and a single K, right? So Ɛccomi. So how do I make single K? I make the vowels long. Echo, echo. It's the word for echo actually in Italian. It only has one C. Echo, right? Echo. If I stop phonation, echo, it's a double C. Echo, single. See, so that's if you know how to do both. The thing is, when you debate somebody, you always have to know how the other side's argument is. Again, to do a double consonant, you have to be able to know how to do both in the word, right? So you know how to do both the double consonant and the single consonant. So single M is omi. So double M is omi. So just the act of me going for a millisecond makes it a double M. So what does that mean? Well, I have pitch and I have phonation on that M. My vocal cords are engaged. If I don't allow my vocal cords to engage, I have single M. So listen, I'll do the word. Here's double C and single M. Ɛccomi. And you see, okay, going on. I-N, I is always E. Doesn't make anything else. It's not in, it's in. Liɛta. So now here's how I changes. And sometimes it's phonetic and sometimes it's not. In this case, the I is what is known as a semivowel. And if you wrote it in an IPA, it would be the J symbol. So it's a short semivowel. It's just there to go liɛ, to make kind of a Y sound, right? Liɛta. Now, the difference between Y in Italian and Y in English is that we start from a very low position. So if you think about yellow, 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 all right? And an Italian would say yellow, yellow. So the Italian starts from here, E. And that's why our semivowel is written as an E, right? So if you practice and you exaggerated it, this would be wrong to completely form the vowel liɛta, but you see where that E is, and then you just make it a Y. Liɛta. Now you know how to make that. Notice that's a single T. Now, single T form does the same as, it's formed the exact same way as double Ks, right? T and K, to make it double or singular, right? So if I were to make a mistake, I would do double T. Liɛta. I hear this all the time. It's very easy for a non-Italian speaker when there's an open vowel to not do the single consonant, right? It's very hard to do the single consonant. Liɛta. So how do we get single consonant? Well, first of all, let's do double T. Liɛta. So if I go up to the T and then I stop and then I make a T, I stop phonation, that's double T, no matter what I do. The way to make it single T is liɛta. The vowel does not stop phonation for a second before the T. Liɛta. Liɛta. Wrong. Even if I did softly, liɛta, soft, still wrong, still double T. So you see, the space is what makes the double T. So I hope that clears things up for you. A is always a in Italian. A. Now, no matter where it is in a word, it's a, right? So a common mistake, even for advanced singers in Italian, is when you're not paying attention, is to neutralize a, right? Think about the word America. In Italian, same thing as in English, but we say America. So car. Whatever we do with an a is always compromised. So especially in American English, where we're down, hello, my name is Bob. We're down here all the time, right? So that's a very bad position for singing. So when you have ahs, especially at the end of the word, you have to make sure you don't neutralize them. Okay, so we've already had Ɛccomi, adorna, So you can do what's a purity test in this word, is just do vowels. A, o, a. So you're going to come back to a at the end. Okay, we have single D, adorna, and we have a rolled R. So let's go over the rule for rolled R. An R touches a consonant, it will roll. If an R is initial, it doesn't matter. It has to touch a consonant, right? Final R, if it touches nothing, it rolls. So this R touches a consonant, so it rolls. If an R is surrounded by vowels, it flips. So if you look in the next line, you have ara. It's not arra, it's ara. Okay, so adorna, rolled R. Come is the next word. Come vittima. Now, come is a closed O and a closed E. Notice that this word is a two-syllable word and it doubles the next word. The reason why there's a double V in the next word is because of the word come. Words like dove, come, sopra, they cause what is known as a phrasal doubling. Okay, so he would say come vittima. See, so there are two V's, two T's, and one M. Now we have double L, al. So to make double L, you have to hold your L like that in phonation. Allara. See? In singing, you really have to exaggerate this. The tip of your tongue is going to form the L. Allara. And did you see? Not allara. There's a moment of your vocal cords making pitch on that L. We already covered ara. This is a good one for ahs. So the interjection, can either be open or closed, right? So, o or a. O almehmen potessi. I would suggest closing it because to keep the forward momentum, it's probably easy. O almehmen is harder than o almehmen potessi. Okay, so now almeno is the word, the full word, almeno. For the poetry, they cut off the O. now we have an M before a P. And what happens when an M goes before a P is what happens is assimilation. So the N will change to an M. So almehmen potessi. Did you see what I did? I'll do it again. Almehmen potessi. I did not say almehmen potessi. And the reason for that is when Italian speaks fast, the N will assimilate. And it's all in the interest of vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. Italians love vowel, consonant. It's very hard to have two consonants in a row, as in this case. So if I were to put the N in my mouth with the tip of my tongue, this is what would happen. Almehmen potessi. I have to release the tongue and continue a vowel to sing legato. I end up with what's called a shadow vowel, right? So in speech, that does not happen. Almehmen potessi. So you're about to say potessi, P. Your lips come together. Potessi. So the N ends up here, and it turns into an M. Okay, you can see on the rise site, if you find a long line of text with that, you'll see those in motion. So almehmen potessi, that's your assimilation. That's why I wrote it out with the funny looking M for the assimilation. Okay, going on. Qual vittima. So we've already had vittima. Qual, Q-U, is Q. Qual, right? So you'll see this written out in IPA as KW. Now there are two dangers with that. Number one is that the English K is like this, K, right? Car. We put a puff of air through it like that, right? The Italian K is, if you think about G, Ka, right? Qual, qual, qual. See how close it is? So now the G I did is the K if it were voiced, right? So K is an unvoiced consonant. G is the cousin of K. It's actually all consonants are in pairs, voiced and unvoiced. So if you pair the voiced and unvoiced, you have qual, qual, right? Qual. Also notice that it's not a W in Italian is not here, qual, down. It's from the U position. Q, qual, U, qual. So it's way up. Okay, I hope that clears that up. So you understand you could sound American even doing technically what are the right sounds, but you're just in the wrong position. Notice that the L, because it touches a consonant, it doubles. So I say qual vittima, right? So there's also double L. So L's in between words, L's that touch consonants that are single, most often double. Going on. Cadere is the word, right? So cadere, it's the ere infinitive, the second conjugation. All of those are closed E's. Now notice that in the infinitive, with the E on the end, the R doesn't roll. Why? Because it's surrounded by vowels. But in this case, when you've truncated it, you've taken the E off, and it goes up to the D, it's going to roll. So in the singing here, cader dell'ara, right? So D-E-L-L, del, closed E, ara. Okay, we have ara a lot. Al piɛde. So this is the full form of the word foot. In modern Italian, you'll see piè, right? Piɛde. And again, the I is a semivowel. Piè. Lots of words that have semivowels and a vowel open the vowel, but E changes. So doesn't happen so much. U-O, like cuore, those will open. So piɛde. Going on here, we have O. Nnuzïali. So notice here that there's a poetic license. So the I after the Z is really a semivowel. So nnuzïali is the proper way to say it. But in the poetry, they need an extra syllable, right? So nnuzïali, the E is said, just for the poetry, it's poetic license. So nnuzïali, So double N, because the O again is a strong monosyllable. So now we started off in this with a polysyllable that a two-syllable word that causes phrasal doubling. In this one, now we have a monosyllable. So lots of monosyllables cause phrasal doubling. It's actually easier to memorize the monosyllables that don't cause a phrasal doubling. I have a video on that. It's called All About Phrasal Doubling. And in the description box, I've listed all of the words that cause phrasal doublings. And this is from Evelina Colorni's work. There's a book called Singer's Italian. And at the end of it, she lists all of the words that cause phrasal doublings and the two-syllable words. And I go through all of that in this video. So if you want to check that out, if you want more information. For this one, we'll just go through it case by case. Next word, tɛde. Right? Again, it's very easy to do double D. Tɛde, right? No, tɛde. So open E, close D. Next word has a double B, and Americans love to do double B. Italians, it's hardly noticeable. So the difference is how we're doing it wrong is we stop phonation. This doesn't stop phonation like tutto, like a T. This doesn't go Abborrite. It goes Abborrite. See, Abborrite. So the phonation doesn't stop, but you do double the B. So it's hardly noticeable. So borrite, bo, closed O, double R, rolled R. Così is a word that ends on the final, the ultimate stress. So if you notice, most words in Italian end on the penultimate stress, the second to last syllable. We started with an antepenultimate stress, which is the syllable before the second to last, Ɛccomi, and then now we have one on the ultimate. So those are the three different stresses in Italian for words. So così is one with ultimate. Words with ultimate stress cause a phrasal doubling. So if you notice, if you say così, così ffatali, right? You see the double F, double K for the second così, and that's caused by the ultimate stress. Ffatali, all singular, all single consonants, right? You can practice first. Here's a way to practice single consonants. If you just do the sensation of the vowels, like as if you were to do two A's, right? So then the same feeling, ffatali. Okay, siate, siate. This is a semivowel. Per does not rhyme with the fruit pear or pear or socks. It's per me. Right? So now I know a lot of you are thinking, well, my teacher doesn't let me sing closed vowels so much. Yes, but you need to the audience, a closed vowel needs to sound like a closed vowel. What you do to achieve that vocally is up to you, right? But you have to sing something so that we hear the vowel correctly. Otherwise, it's not Italian, right? So A has to sound like A, right? So per me, closed E, closed E. Ffaci, ferali. So ffaci. So the word me is a strong monosyllable. There's a double F, right? Me ffaci ferali. Going on. The R in this next word touches the D. Ardo. Una vampa. Notice the M doubled because it touches the P. Una vampa. I hear the word una said wrong all the time with the double N. Una, right? N, L, and M are done by holding in phonation, not by stopping, right? They're there. So una, double N. Una, single N. Vampa, double M. Does that make sense? So now look at the next. Here's the next assimilation. Un it's un, right? But it's before a fricative, F. So an N before an F or a V does a different type of assimilation. If you look in the Nico Costel books, he touches upon this. Unfortunately, he uses the same syllable for everything. It's not the same. This one's not the same. Watch how I do this. Ffoco. So what happened exactly? I'm going to say ffoco. So my bottom lip touches my top teeth to do the F. Like that, right? Same thing with the word for winter. Inverno. So my bottom lip touches my top teeth. Now the N just goes right along on my lips and sort of does like a half N, M half N, and does not stay in phonation for a second, right? Ffoco. Now I could do it very literally. A lot of people will sing it this way. It's just not as elegant. The N in your mouth, ffoco. So what happens? Ffoco. No matter what I do, I have to release my tongue from my palate, come back out, put my F on my bottom lip. And what happens is there's a shadow vowel in that interim, right? Ffoco. Ffoco. You see, much more legato, much more elegant, much more straightforward. So that's your next N assimilation. Notice that the word ffoco is presented to us in two forms. In the more modern form, fuoco with an U, or ffoco. There were a lot of words like that in Italian. You see core, heart, cuore, modern, still hard. So that U semivowel is opening the O in all cases. Going on, tutta, see, double T, tutta. I can wait as long as I want in that space. The longer I wait, actually, the more expressive it becomes, right? So there's the expression is not from the force of the consonant, and I don't do two T's, tutta, right? Which would technically be right according to the rule books, but sounds wrong, right? Because I had an aspirated T and I did two T's, and my first vowel was too short, okay? Tutta. So the more expression you want, right? You have the longer pause. Okay, mi is a weak monosyllable. It does not double. You see, so there are some monosyllables that don't double. Lo, le, li, all of those do not double, and it's easy to memorize those. Di, the preposition di, does not double. Mi strugge. So strugge. So double G. Un refrigerio. So the I at the end is a semivowel. The stressed E is open, right? And the first unstressed E is closed. Now there's a reason for that. All unstressed in Italian are closed. All unstressed is very easy to remember, right? Since you're taking away 75% of your work in your study. If you just memorize that rule, anything that is not on the stress of the word is a closed vowel. So E's and O's are all closed. So now the stressed vowels are the ones we worry about. They're either open or they're closed. So you'll see you have venti, it's open on the stress. Chiedo, it's open on the stress. Romeo is open on the stress. Terra, but then you have dove, closed on the stress. So stress are either open or closed. You have to memorize every word, or you could look it up on the DOP, or come here and look at our texts. Okay, so going to the word refrigerio is open E on the stress, closed E on the unstressed. I, right? It does not rhyme with I don't know, die in Italian, right? I mean, in English, it's a and an E. I. It's not I, right? Like I in English, right? I. Venti, right? It's the winds. Venti is 20. Venti, winds. Io. So here we have a word that passes itself off as one syllable, and it's actually two syllables. You have to sing two notes to sing the word io, right? It's actually one note with a little grace note, right? Io. Chiedo, right? Chiedere. So this semivowel tends to open the E. Invano, So there's our second assimilation again. I won't go over it again, but you see it's a fricative vano, and it's on the bottom lip. And you have single N. Ove is poetic for dove, right? So ove, dove. So it's the older form of where, right? Ove, and notice that it's ove and then it's dove. This is done all the time in librettos, the mixing of the old and the new. I would say let the poetry reign always. Don't modernize the Italian. The word sei is open E, a-e. It doesn't rhyme with say in English, right? It's a-e. So tu is say is a doubling word. Tu is also a doubling word. And in this you have a rest, so you can roll the R. Romeo. Roll the R. In qual terra. Now here's a third assimilation, right? Now I've run out of IPA symbols, right? But if you think about qual, right? Again, if you say qual, it's done with the middle of the tongue. Qual. So the N goes right there. In, not in qual. No, it's in qual, right? So the N is with the middle of the tongue. So notice that the N can be done with the tip of the tongue, inno, in the middle of the tongue, in qual. It could be done as an M on the lips, in mano, or it can be done with the bottom lip touching the top teeth, inverno. So those are the four different N's. We had 3 assimilations and 1 normal N. Okay, so in qual terra. Notice how the words kind of bounce around. In qual terra. T'aggiri, double G, 1 R. The R is surrounded by vowels. Notice that dove is a 2-syllable, one of the 2-syllable words that causes a doubling. So if you say dove, the second D is doubled. And the D is done in the way that when you go up to the D and you don't say it, you stop phonation. Inviarti. So inviarti is the right way to say it. The poetic is inviarti, to separate the E as a semivowel. Miai, right? Iai, so open E. Sospiri. So now we have the S. So in spoken Italian, you can put S on the first syllable. Sospiri. When sung Italian, if you have 3 notes for this word, the first word to sing it cleanly has to be all O, no S. So you don't want to sing sos, you have nowhere to go. So, spiri. So that's the difference in lyric Italian versus spoken Italian. So let's go on. O quante. Right? So double Q because of the word O, strong monosyllable. Volte. Notice the L into the T. Volte. O quante. Again. Ti chiedo. We've had these words, right? Al ciel. Right? Ciel. Cielo. Ciel. So it's sky or the heavens. Piangendo. Okay, so crying. The gerunds. All gerunds is a good formula. Open E. One of these days I will do a video on the actual formulas on the parts of speech and the forms of words that follow formulas for open and closed E's and O's. Piangendo, there are some. We can memorize some. Next, con quale. So again, we're going to say quale with the middle of the tongue, so this N is going to assimilate. Middle of the tongue, the N. Con quale. Notice the singular L. Ardor. Both of these R's are rolled, and it's a closed O. Notice that if we said door in English, close the door, our R bleeds into the vowel. None of that happens in Italian, right? So if you go O, it's the same as putting an R on the end of it. Ardor, not ardor. Tatendo. Again, double T, we know how to do that. Open E, it's a gerund, and again, it's open E. Inganno. Now, To do this, there's a lot of flesh, right? Engano goes all around, right? An example I always use is I went to Italy and I went to Hertz rent a car, stop at the airport in Rome, and the first thing, I get addressed in English, and would you like to rent for the car? And there's the difference in Italian speaking English with all of the flesh of Italian, right? So that's what you need when you're doing this. Inganno. It goes all around and around on your face and in your palate. Il mio. So mio, tuo, suo. All of those possessive pronouns are the first syllable is the lion's share of the vowel. Desire. So zire, the accent is on the E, the I vowel, right? So the A is closed. Raggio, right? Double G. Del, D-E-L. Del is a computer company. Del is an Italian word. Tuo, again the U, right? Sembiante. So notice the semivowel for the E. Notice the closed E to begin with, right? How often have you heard sembiante? Sembiante. Notice the N doubling into the T. Parmi. Rolled R. Il brillar. This is a very good one for L. So the L doubles going into the B, and then it's doubled as the word is written out. Il brillar. Okay, you see, LL. And then rolled R, because that R is going to touch the next word starting with the D. So remember, the rule of R is even on a final consonant, it rolls. But if it's surrounded by vowels and it's intervocalic, no matter where it is, if another word starts with a vowel, that R is not going to roll if it's surrounded by vowels. If it touches a consonant, it's going to roll. Del giorno. So closed O, rolled R. Laura. All right, are you getting all the way to A and then U and then A? Laura. You pronounce every vowel you see in Italian. Che spira. See, so double S. Double S is very dangerous. You want to be very precise and very voluntary with it when you do it. Che spira. You don't want it to be out of control. Che, right? Che spira. Notice the R in spira is flipped. A lot of people roll that, and that's a mistake. Intorno. Intorno. See, so note the bounciness of that word, intorno, right? It's very, very vibrant. Mi sembra. So notice I get all the way to A at the end, and the M doubles going into the B. Un tuo. Uo, again, tuo we did. Respir. So it's respir. Final R is rolled. The initial R is not, because it's between two vowels. Okay? So let's read the whole thing through one more time, and then we'll end the video. So trying to get all of these principles and the poetry. And don't laugh at me for my lack of drama. Eccomi in lieta vesta. Eccomi adorna come vittima all'ara. O almehmen potessi, qual vittima cader, dell'ara al piɛde. O nnuzïali tɛde, Abborrite così ffatali. Siate, Siate per me ffaci ferali. Ardo, una vampa, un fɔco, Tutta mi strugge. Un refrigerio ai venti io chiedo invano. Ove sei tu, Romeo? In qual terra t'aggiri? Dove inviarti i miei sospiri? Oh quante volte, oh quante ti chiedo al ciel piangendo, con quale ardor t'attendo, a inganno il mio desir. Raggio del tuo sembiante, parmi il brillar del giorno, l'aura che spira intorno, mi sembra un tuo respir. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, please feel free to comment in the box below. And as always, we will see you at the opera. Thank you for visiting.